just out here taking a walk. In our last video, you watched us do all of that insulation in the shed. And it's the next day, which means more snow. We got more powder, fresh snow. So that means more inside work. But the good thing is, I think it'll be a little more interesting than the last video. So now we get to insulate, or start insulating the ceiling. That is going to be a little different than doing the walls. So stick around and watch this video all the way through, because we got some challenges that we have to face in the ceiling. And yeah, I mean, hey, on the bright side, the shed is getting insulated. So here we go. So we're gonna continue on with the insulation. And this part of the insulation, we're doing the ceiling. Here's what we're working with. Okay. Now, you can see on the sides, there's the bird blocking, which is correct, but wrong. I centered the holes in the middle of the 2x6 there, when really it should be a slot, and it should be up higher in order to accommodate the insulation that has to go in and the baffles that have to go in. Now this first row has tons of, it looks like blocking, but most of those coming through are these supports that go outside. Right out here. Whoa, that's really bright. Up there. So those 2x6s are notched over the top of the wall up here. And there's a ton of them. So basically what I got to do is go to each one of these 2x6s and cut a slot through them so that air can still travel up through the ceiling and then go out the peak. And which you can see the peak is fine. It's good. And that ridge board, I don't need to cut that at all. So I've got a lot of work to do. I don't know if I'll make those slots or if I'll use a smaller hole saw and just do a lot of holes. I don't know. I'll figure it out when I get up there. But first, I need to create some workspace. I got all this wood in the way and this shelf behind me. You know, stuff is moved around from doing the walls in the last video.
Will it fit? Oh.
Yes.
Squeeze it back in there.
Yeah. Probably a code violation in here somewhere.
Oh, I see nothing wrong with everything that's going on in here.
Alright, I got all the stuff back on it. The right way to do this would have been to cut the top of the board off and then install the board.
Oh, so there's like a slit at the top?
Right at the top.
Mm.
Drilling a bunch of holes because my jigsaw can't get the blade close enough up here.
Oh, yeah.
Shed, it's our guinea pig.
Yep, it really is.
Safety third. slow.
Yeah, it is. Be here all day.
I made it. Ugh.
One down.
One?
Oh.
Yeah, one cut on that board. I got like a million more to do. Thanks for the encouragement, though. All right, we got one. Yeah.
The walls before the roof. This is it. It's not gonna be fun.
That took forever.
Yeah, it did.
There's gotta be a better way to do this.
I know.
It seemed like just drilling holes
went faster
the fastest
first.
method so far.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh. I got a full workout in and I'm only 2 blocks in.
Oh dear. All the YouTube videos you watched didn't prepare you for this? Didn't
no, I guess not.
tell you before now, like when we actually built the thing?
No, I don't remember anything. That's a little tight. Oh! I broke it! Look! My paddle bit. It snapped right off. Think. And that was the top of the line. No, I'm just kidding. It was a Pittsburgh. It's not top of the line. Man. A little wonky. That's the pattern we're going with. Not that. That took too long. Not that one. Because that hole is not covered. So that's the pattern. And instead of 1 1/8" paddle bit, now it's 1 1/4", so a little more airflow. This stuff is tricky, but it's only tricky because I made it that way. I mean, you can still see the bird blocking up here, right? You know, the 3 holes there. Still trying to think how I'm gonna direct the air from that spot, because I got that 2x6 that comes in. That's one of the 2x6s that go out and support the 2-foot overhang. Anyway, the whole point of this stuff is to help get air to circulate through the roof. Comes up through the eaves into the bird blocking there, and this Duravent will direct that air up to the ridge vent where it vents out. And being that I'm not a framer, This was my first thing I've ever framed, is this shed. I put blocking in up there to help solidify everything, make it stronger. But from what I've researched, I don't know if I even need those blocks. See that blocking right there? So it goes all the way down. That's the ridge board. And then, of course, this bay here has the most blocking. That's because most of those go outside to support the overhang, like I showed you. And there's probably a different way I could have done them boards. Limbs boards. English is really good. So it's gonna work, the Duravent. It's gonna vent it like it should. But it could have been better. And, you know, well, this is all part of the experience of off-grid living and homesteading. You know, we want to build our own stuff. I mean, it's got mistakes in it, but all in all, this is a really solid shed. Now I'm going to insulate these two bays right here before I continue on over onto the loft, because that is going to be a huge mess. There's tons of stuff up there.
Oh, that thing's big.
Ready?
Yep. Ah.
It's growing. I've got my first piece of insulation ready. As you can see, I've done it a little bit different. So this is the lower end of the ceiling. This will go at the peak. I left some extra paper there. So it's going to go right into there. And where I removed that insulation will go right over you know, all these framing members here. I only cut out 1.25 inch slot on each one. We'll see if it works, if it fits in there like a glove. I'm hoping it will. Probably would have been quicker to just cut them all into individual pieces, but I like the idea of having a continuous barrier with the paper backing. Alright, it's a new day. Yesterday I was not able to finish this last bay here on this half of the shed because I broke another paddle bit. Another Harbor Freight paddle bit. Broke the paddle part clean off, just like the last one. So, now I've got a new one. I got another one, a Diablo paddle bit. And we've got some bad weather rolling in. More snow.
More snow.
They're calling for something like 10 feet or something. I'm probably going to finish this installation today. There's not a whole ton left.
And then what?
Then our next video will be this. What am I going to do? I can do it. Oh, never mind. You know, how about this?
All right.
Stay tuned for that video. You're not going to want to miss it.
This is going to be awesome.
Yeah. we're at.
Your battery died?
Yep.
That didn't go far.
First hole dead battery.
Is that better than your Harbor Freight ones?
Oh, it's way better because they sell these sharpened, whereas the Harbor Freight ones, you're pretty much buying them dull.
Pre-dulled, huh?
And it's got that screw type in there that helps to pull it into the wood. So
that's cool.
And I got it on first gear, so I gotta hold it with 2 hands or it'll knock me out, which I've had that happen before.
I did that when we were doing the bird blocking, where it would like catch and...
Didn't hit you in the head?
Yeah.
Oh man. I was drilling through metal with a 1/2-inch bit once for when I was doing electrical. And I got hung up and knocked me right in the...
Oh, man. Mine wasn't too bad. Like, I mostly caught the blow.
I was bleeding.
Oh, jeez.
I fell off a 18-foot ladder and luckily I hit a trampoline down below.
Yeah, because I keep a trampoline around my ladders, too.
Am I too rough with things, or is stuff just getting made
Cheaper?
cheaply?
Yep. Brand new drill bit.
Well, I mean, the head isn't snapped off,
Right.
but I bent the shaft.
Are you cleaning up the wood chips, Eli?
All right, we're cleaning up this side so we can move all this stuff over to here so we can insulate that. And we found
Look what I found.
an old relic.
It's my rattlesnake skin when I was a teenager.
Natalie
Here's his tail.
is the rattlesnake slayer. Well, so what? Tell us the story. What's the deal with this stick with snake skin?
I was crossing a little stream and I saw something move like right by my leg. It was kind of creepy. Anyway,
and she jumped on top of it with a Bowie knife.
Yeah, wrestled.
Yelling and screaming. Ay, 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 ay.
Anyway, we killed him and
You skinned him, obviously.
him and chopped him up and cooked it and ate it.
Yep. Rattlesnake meat.
Tastes kind of like chicken.
So, a little bit of background on my crazy wife. She is the snake slayer.
There you go.
That looked like it was a big one, too.
Yeah, it was a good size.
All right. Let's get back to cleaning. Before I continue on with the ceiling all the way across, I need to fill these pockets in. I need to drop a bunch of scrap pieces down in there, and I got a big old pile here. This is, below here is where there's a 4x8 sheet of plywood with all of the solar equipment on it. If we look through our opening here, there it all is. So we're gonna fill that in with loose stuff and poke it down in there with whatever stuff we can find. I know it won't be the full R value of this R13 insulation, but that's fine. It's better than nothing. And you can say, I told you so, as many times as you want, saying we should have insulated it before the solar. Anyway, it's fine. This, like I keep saying, this shed is our learning experience. This is going to teach us everything we need to know for our house. When we do our house, we won't make any mistakes at all. Sure. Oh, my legs. No, I'm just going to stretch them out. Out of baffles. This is the last bay that we don't have the baffles for. All of those are done all the way to the wall and ready to be insulated. This one I'm gonna have to improvise on. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna tell you what I'm gonna do because we are out of time for this video. But we will pick right back up in the next one, and I'll show you my secret idea on how I'm gonna baffle, or make a baffle, I guess, with some material I already have, and it's gonna work good, I think. Anyway, stay tuned. Thanks guys for watching, and we will see you on the next one, right, Eli?